So we're living in an era where people's senses are heightened. What do I mean by this? We know when something just doesn't feel right, when you meet someone, when you're being told something, and we tend to gravitate towards authenticity and something that is genuine. Okay? You can only fake it till you make it for so long. Sooner or later, if you build something off of a lie, that lie is going to be revealed. And if you're lucky enough to build something off of that lie, it's going to come crashing down eventually. Okay? The Bible says you will know them by their fruit. So if whatever you're planting, whatever you're building is good, it's authentic, it's going to last. And if it's not, sooner or later, it's going to come crashing down. Okay? And if you're being yourself and you build something off of being authentic and genuine, it's going to last. It's going to last the test of time, because people are going to see that whatever product or you as a person, they're going to see you day in and day out. But if it's a mask that you have on, sooner or later that mask is going to come off and they're going to see the real you. Story time. I've always been a music lover since I was a child. I started playing instruments when I was about 7 or 8 years old. And I built it up without being intentional into a career. So much so that I got signed to a major record label at one point. What I didn't know is that I was creating this persona that wasn't me, and that was slowly killing me inside. And I'll tell you why. In the genre that I was making, called bachata, I was known for having a similar voice to this huge artist in the genre. And these guys are like the Beatles of the bachata. And the label signed me based off of the similarity in my voice. At that time, I didn't know. Obviously, you're not born knowing everything. So I didn't know. I went with the flow. And I knew at that point that all the attention that I was getting was because my voice was similar. Granted, I knew how to play the guitar. I write songs. I wrote all my songs, actually. I produce. So I had everything except my own identity. And this is something that went on for over a decade, where my persona, who I thought I was connected to that artist. And that inside was destroying me, to the point where I was actually making myself sick. And I didn't want to do it anymore. I had lost my passion for music. I lost my passion for songwriting. Just everything that had to do with the art, I had lost the passion for. And it was because I wasn't myself. And I used to always pray to God and be like, God, you gave me this talent. You gave me all of these things. Like, why do I feel like I can't use them? And it wasn't until recently that I came to find out, once I started looking into myself, that it's because of that. Because I was living a lie. I was living something that I was not. All because throughout the years, that's how my success came through, was creating this persona, this person that I wasn't, trying to follow this trend just because it was giving me popularity and success to some extent, at the cost of me being myself, at the cost of me having to pretend to be someone that I'm not. And that is the worst thing that anybody could ever do. Mind you, this is just something that I'm coming to the realization within the past couple of weeks, after over a decade. So I had to end that persona. I had to end that artist and start from new. And let me tell you, once I did that, I felt free. I felt like the chains were broken off. I felt like I could be myself. I felt like that creativity energy is coming back. And I'm so thankful that God gave me that revelation, and he just, told me what was going on. I'm extremely grateful for that. That fear that I had before was just me thinking that I couldn't have a career, that I couldn't create if it wasn't based off of this persona I created. And that couldn't be further from the truth. As I said earlier, now I have all my creative juices back again. I feel like I want to get back in the studio. I feel like I want to create art. And I've changed my method of how I measure success. It is no longer how the world sees success. It is no longer what other people think. It is now how I feel. Is this making me feel good? Can I sleep at night doing this? How am I using my God-given talent to make somebody feel better or to help someone? And I believe that through my music, through what I create, I can help people. I can, give them an emotion to feel, or even by me sharing my story, I'm helping someone. Maybe they're in the same shoes, and they have this persona they created that they're being swallowed by, and they don't know how to come out. And I'm telling you, you have to end that persona and just be yourself, and you're going to be free. There's only one of you in this world. And I wish I had known that before. There's only one of you in this world, and that makes you unique. And that's going to attract the people that you need around yourself. And I'm going to end this with this here. Do you want to build a house on shallow grounds, or do you want to build an empire rooted deep within yourself? So leave your comments down below. I would love to hear if any of you have lived something similar. How did you get through it? I would love to start a discussion on this topic, which is very important. And I feel like a lot of people go through this, and they create this persona or this shield of something that they're not, because that's what the world reacts to, and they feel like they can't come out from behind that shield. Anyways, I try and upload videos every week. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like so YouTube can spread this video and we can get this conversation going. I will catch you guys next week on a different video.